The pot roast is a classic American beef dish, and I'm sure for a lot of you, you remember your mom throwing all the ingredients in the crock pot. You'd go to work or to school, and when you came home, you were hit with that delicious beefy aroma from the chuck roast cooking all day long. It's beefy, herby, garlicky, and absolutely perfect for the cold winter months. And I experienced none of it. Growing up in a Polish household, we ate mostly, well, Polish food. And we had similar recipes, kind of meat, potatoes types of dishes, but nothing quite like the pot roast. And I would always see it in movies, shows on TV, and I could almost taste the delicious tender beef, the veggies all mixed in that beautiful and delicious sauce. I don't need you feeling bad for me though, because I've had it plenty of times since then. And now with it being winter, most of the country in the deep freeze, is the absolute perfect time to make my smoked pot roast. The star of our recipe is this beautiful beef chuck roast. It's the ideal cut for making pot roast for a number of reasons. One, it's cheap and economical. This one weighs under 3 pounds and it only cost me 20 bucks, and this will easily feed my family of 4 and we'll probably have leftovers for tomorrow. And two, the chuck roast is super flavorful and has that really good strong beefy flavor and a ton of intramuscular fat or marbling. And as it cooks down, all this fat, all that connective tissue will break down, get our chuck roast super juicy and shreddable tender. Because of all the connective tissue, the chuck roast is absolutely perfect for that low and slow cook. Whether you do it in a crock pot for the traditional pot roast, or in my case, I'm gonna throw it on the smoker. I'm gonna start my prep by coating my chuck roast with W sauce. This will act as a binder and it will also provide that savory, delicious flavor that you expect from a classic pot roast. You can also use hot sauce if you want to give it a little bit of a kick, or yellow mustard, or even olive oil. Honestly, anything here will work. For the seasoning, I'm going with the 1-2 punch of my all-purpose rub and my steak seasoning. The all-purpose rub has that traditional classic barbecue flavor, salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and the steak seasoning has those delicious herby and garlicky flavors, which are absolutely delicious on beef. Be sure to season it on all sides. This is a really big chunk of meat and it can take all the seasoning. Plus, it's going on a smoker, so some of it will fall off, some of it will burn off, and it will also mellow out throughout the cooking process. Chuck roast is seasoned up, looking great, and it's ready for the smoker. Now, I understand that not everybody's as obsessed about smoking and grilling meats as I am, so you can do this next step inside. Maybe you don't have a smoker or you don't want to go outside because it's too cold. So all you have to do is just fire up your stove, sear this chuck roast in a cast iron skillet or a Dutch oven, get this beautiful crust on both sides, and then you can skip the smoking chapter and go straight to the braising. But I am a little crazy and a little obsessed with smoking, so I'm taking this one to my smoker, and today it's cold. It's like -5 with the wind chill, so I'm using my Weber Searwood to help make this process a little bit easier. It's cruising at about 225 degrees. The chuck roast goes right on the grate, and we'll let the smoker do its thing. Chuck roast is on the smoker. I'm gonna leave it on there for 3 to 4 hours, and I'm not gonna touch it. I wanna infuse it with as much smoke as possible and create this beautiful bark on the outside. And while that's on, we can prep our Dutch oven with all the other ingredients. I'm keeping it pretty classic today with my veggies. So we've got some celery, I've got some carrots, onion, potatoes, and a whole head of garlic. I'm gonna start by dicing everything up into bigger than bite-sized pieces. We're making a very hearty dish, and you want your vegetables to have a little more size and bite to them. Kind of something like this is what you're going for here. I like using these baby carrots when I make my pot roast. They're just the perfect little bite size. So in the Dutch oven they go. When you make pot roast, it's a great time to use up whatever veggies you might have at the house. I've done these before with a pumpkin. Sweet potatoes also work well, even a squash. Honestly, anything you have laying around, throw it in your Dutch oven and it's perfect for pot roast. And use enough to fill up your Dutch oven or whatever container you're cooking these in about 1/3 of the way. That'll give you enough veggies to serve with the meat when it's ready. And I'm also gonna season the veggies with my all-purpose rub just to give it a little bit more flavor. Mix everything together. And all we have to do now is just wait for the chuck roast to finish smoking. It's been about 4 hours, so let's take a look at our chuck roast. Now, unlike traditional barbecue, I'm not really going for any set internal temperature. I'm only cooking this to get that nice and beautiful bark on the outside. Whew. And this one is looking nice to me. Have this beautiful dark color. It is still pretty firm, which is completely fine. Let's get it off the smoker and bring it inside. This chuck roast is smelling absolutely amazing. You can smell the smoke, the seasoning. So next, I'm just gonna place it right inside my Dutch oven, right on top of these veggies, and we'll add the braising liquids next. First up, I've got a couple cups of beef stock and about 1 cup of red wine. If you don't like cooking with red wine, or you don't want to cook with wine altogether, just leave it out and add more beef stock. When you add your liquids, add just enough to reach the bottom of the chuck roast. Remember, we're not trying to boil it, you only want to braise it, and you need just enough liquid to cover the veggies and reach the bottom of our chuck roast. I'm also going to add a couple sprigs of fresh thyme and about 2 bay leaves. And honestly, I don't really know if the bay leaves make a difference, but I think we've all been taught to use bay leaves when you make soups or braises, so I'm adding them in anyways. I'm gonna close the Dutch oven and bring this back out into the smoker and continue cooking until everything is fork tender. Now at this point, you can also pop this in your oven since it's not gonna get any more of that smoky flavor, but since the grill is going anyways, I'm just gonna take it outside and finish it out there. All right, back on the smoker she goes. We'll close this up. I'm also gonna increase the temperature to 300 degrees. This will just help speed up the cooking process. There we go. Now, just like before for this braising portion, I'm not cooking to any specific internal temperature. I'm gonna leave it on the smoker until the chuck roast and the potatoes and the veggies, everything is fork tender. The time will depend a little bit on the quality of the meat, the size of your chuck roast. Based on previous experience, you're looking anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to get this finished off. All right, it's been about 3 hours. Let's check in on our chuck roast. Whew, and see how we're doing. That smells so good. So the way that you check for tenderness is you want to take your fork and then just insert it right into the chuck roast. And it should go in without any resistance. See, you just kind of poke it in. Another way is you want to insert your fork and then just give it a light twist. And you can see those fibers starting to separate. So our chuck roast is absolutely perfect, tender, and ready to go. Before we dig in, there's 2 more things I'm gonna do to finish off this pot roast. First, I'm gonna thicken up this braising liquid to give it that good saucy consistency, and I'll add a splash of red wine vinegar for some acidity. Start by removing the chuck roast from the Dutch oven. I'll just check this out. Look how pretty that looks. I'm also gonna remove that fresh thyme that we added and our bay leaves, which, you know, I guess they do something. When it comes to thickening up the braising liquid, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. I'm going with the butter and flour mixture. So I've got 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Add the flour to your butter and mix everything together. After it's mixed, you should have this buttery flour type consistency. So this is going right in the Dutch oven. I'm gonna add that in with the vegetables. Nothing else needs to be removed. There we go. And finally, I'll add a couple dashes of red wine vinegar, maybe half a tablespoon or so. Again, this will add that acidity and help balance everything out. And now we're just gonna mix it all together. And you can start to see that sauce will lighten up and then it will start to thicken. This is also the perfect time to check for seasonings, adjust for salt, pepper, any heat. But here, check this out. This is exactly what you want this to look like. See, I was stirring this for a few minutes and it started to thicken up. You don't want it to be too thick because we're gonna add that shredded chuck roast into it and that'll further thicken it up. But this is looking really good. And finally, it is time to shred our chuck roast. Let me move this out of the way. It just falls right apart, but look at this beautiful smoky meat. You have this beautiful smoke ring on the inside. So what you want to do, just take these bigger chunks and just start shredding it. If you come across any of these bigger fatty pieces, you can just remove them right now. Set those off to the side, but yeah, this looks perfect. After your chuck roast is shredded, put it back in the Dutch oven and give it a good mix. Look at that. I mean, that sauce is absolutely perfect. Great ratio of meat to vegetables too. pot roast is plated up and it looks and smells absolutely amazing. We garnish it with a little bit of a fresh parsley for a pop of color. So all that's left to do is give it a try. So let's go right in. One more. Smells so good, even Jax came over. Yeah, it does smell really good, doesn't it? Right away, you get that delicious beefy flavor, that mild smokiness from having it on the smoker for that first part of the cook. And then you get the veggies, that sauce has that really good consistency, a little savory, tangy, has that nice acidic kick from that red wine vinegar. Yeah, this is absolutely delicious. I mean, look at that. Perfect for these colder winter months and really easy to make. It takes a couple hours to put all this together, but it is a very, very simple recipe. Here you go, buddy. Oh yeah, that is good. He's loving it. He is loving that chuck roast. If you're looking for a simple, hearty, and delicious recipe that's perfect for winter, you have to give this one a try. So good.